Hello, very good evening. How are you all? This is Dr. Vishwajit. I believe you all are excited for the today's practical session. And the today's practical is basically based on the preparation of the seafood. When we are seeing the seafood, we have to classify it. It might be round or it might be flat. But in the fish fillet, we have to take a very classification of that. The bones of fish, it has to be not on the fish part of fillet. So now, today we are going to prepare the piece a la Milanese on the preparation of Milan style. That Milan style means is drum fried. And the today's preparation, we are not using the breadcrumbs, we are using the rice crackers, which plays very important and very delicacy flavors to enlighten the dish on the roll part, which is on the crackling part. On the again same part, what is the marination for that? First, take a gentle fish fillets. After that, make sure each fillet has to be cut into the steak size. What is the steak size? It is exactly as it is now. Now, cut the fish fillet fastly on the steak size. Make sure when you are using the chopping board, it has to be only in blue in color for the seafood. Now, take the fish fillet, arrange your fish on your pots. After that, cut into steaks. Again, when you are doing the fish part of marination, never ever overpower the fish. It's always marinate with just salt, black pepper and fish herbs. For that, we are using today the bunch of basils on the marination part. After that, the squeeze of lemon juice. After that, we are putting a little bit of the Tabasco sauce. Just to give that decent marination. Then we are putting the dumps of black pepper. When we are putting the peppercorn to fish, it always should be a white peppercorn. Then we are putting on the fish marination. My fish should not be overpowered. Then a dash of oil for the marination. After that, it's time to put little salt on the dish. It's time to add salt. Just add gentle mustard on the dish. It is just gentle puree of mustard. After that, around the dish, always with the gloves, but on the same case, marinate the first. Why it's required to marinate the fish first? Because the marination will always give power to absorb the flavor of dish indicated on the marination part. The Milanese style dish is a basically dish which prepared from the basically base of tomato. Now we are done with the marination. Now it's time to cover our fish for 1 hour to 35 minutes. Now let's do the things of cherry tomato. To the time. Now it's time to remove our things on the outside part. Whatever garbage is there, put on the one part of area. After that, whatever lemons we are using, whatever things, fish, always clear a chopping board area when you are working on each station on the part. Now, this is known as cherry tomatoes. These cherry tomatoes are usually available on the different parts of different types of colors. Now, as per the availability, plus when you are taking any ingredients, always make sure you take the ingredients on the bowl and wash the ingredients thoroughly. Because what will happen, the dirt, dust, bacteria or any particle which are not visible to your human eyes, that will affect on your body. Same thing, we are going to put our cherry tomato here. Now take the knife gently, not more than just 1/2 and 1/4 cuts. It should be on the cherry tomato. Now, till the time my cherry tomato is getting cut, what should I do? I should prepare for the Milanese sauce because in my fish is getting marinated. On the same part, this cherry tomato we are using for the making sauce. So today's practical is exactly basically based on the fish preparation, which is in French it is known as poisson. On the particular part, the cherry tomatoes, wine tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, different classification of potatoes or tomatoes are getting existed. In the classification of potatoes, when we are saying that it's purple potato, the sweet potatoes are there, and different classification are getting formalization. Does anyone know what is the different types of cherry tomatoes are available? Apart from your regular tomatoes, it could be bloody red wine tomatoes as well as your fruity and nutty tomatoes also available. Some tomatoes are citrus in nature or some tomatoes are sweet in nature. So always identify which type of tomatoes are available on the particular part of ingredient. Now it's time to put our tomatoes. What the things are required for the making sauce? Required some garlic cloves. After that, what things we required more? We required some base of basil. Here we are using a fresh basil which are getting prioritizedly available on the Indian local market. We are not going to chop the basil because when you are chopping the basil or doing the things, we are losing the flavor of basil. So we should always correct the basil as on the part and keep the basil aside. Now it's time to turn on your gas. Now when you are turning on the gas part, always light up your gas. Make sure that you pour the olive oil or gentle oil, which oil are available on your sauce to make the classification of sauce. Now one more question will come to mind. Sir, we not till crumb fried the fish. Why we are not it? Because today on the preparation we are using the sago part, which is the rice crackles, which are you can easily see these crackles we are using on the top of the fish to get classification. Now on the same part we are going to add little bit of butter. On the butter part, it is always add butter on linear oil. For example, now we are making the sauce from it. Now, what is the primary ingredient to make the sauce? It's confit garlic. The garlic has to go first inside. Then, never put the basil on the oil because it should be on the slow flame. You can look at my flame, it is always on the slow part. So, my oil and my butter, it never get burned on the same ratio. Let it little bit crackle on the garlic part. After that, till the time what we done with our chopped tomatoes. Whatever ingredients you are going to reuse in it, keep that ingredient on the cling wrap. It is not like that. We have to again reuse the things again and again. Now on the simple part for the garnish, what we are going to prepare? We are preparing the oil for the celery stems. Like these are all available of celery stems are there. Now put the celery stems inside of your mixing grinder. Now pour the oil. This way we are making the celery oil. Pour the oil. Now you are seeing that sir, our garlic is getting burnt, but it is not like that. It is on the slow flame. It is getting a confit structure. Now when we are pouring the oil of the celery, now just close the cover. After that, come to again pour the garlic. Now you can see the color. My sauce is getting color. My garlic is getting confit. Now it's time to add our tomatoes. Till the time my tomatoes are getting cooked, I light up another gas to make my mousse or just saute or searing my fish. Now I'm lighting up my gas. I'm keeping the non-stick pan here and let it for some time to be heated. Come to one more part of this celery oil. Now oil is there. Now it's time to do the grinding part. Now take a homemade mixer. After that put the oil, and after that on the same part, when we are moving anything from the part of apart from that, it's always should be indication of so we are crushing that leaves with the help of celery and we are blending that as a oil. Now the oil current changed into greenish color. Now let's come back to our sauce part. When we are saying my sauce is onions are getting, tomatoes are getting confit, this is what sauce we expected. Now one more ingredient which are getting added on the sauce, which gives a thickening agent, which is tomato puree. So when you are cutting anything, always use your chopping board has to be very much clean. Always find one dustbin trap where you can put the dustbin things. Now it's the time to saute my tomato. When you are sauteing the tomato, always we make sure that your sauce should be always indication that my tomatoes are getting little bit mashy. Now I will add little bit of tomato puree. So my tomato puree is getting added. I will add the bunch of basil leaves, which is just bunch, and I am getting the whatever sauce we are preparing for the purpose of get little bit thickening. Now it's time to add little bit soap water on that. It is just not more than just 3 drops. 3 to 4 teaspoons of sauce water we are adding to just get a little bit binding for my sauce. Now let's see, my sauce is getting on the put on the medium flame, and let's move forward for the searing fish. Now oil is getting hot. It's time to reduce the flame. After that, now it's time to pick my fish from this part. And so we are back with the marination part. First we are taking a fillet fish because it's crumb fried. So we are putting our fish should be crumb with coating consistency. Then we are pressing that fish again for some timing. We are lifting that fish from that part to our sauteing pan. Now it's time to repeat the same process as it's crumb fried, and again little bit wrap, again little bit from that side, and put the fish for sauteing. Again same part which we are going to replicately do. It's sauteing the same part. Now it's time to cook our fish. Till our fish is getting cooked, we are going to see and check the consistency of sauce. That fish, now it's indication that my sauce is good to go because my tomatoes, white tomatoes are getting mashed. This is exactly consistency of sauce should be like as it is. The sauce is getting very smooth and silky. It's time to do the turning of the fish to check. Now we are making some simple salad base. Little bit of lemon juice. Again, we are going to marinate our basil leaves with salt, pepper, and basil. Now it's time to plate our fish. Now for the first step, which we are going to put our sauce on down. We are going to put our sauce on down of my fish. Then again it's on the holding stage whether my sauce is on down part. After that my crumb fried fish on the top. After that, my crumb fried fish should be on top. After that, little dash of sauce on side on top. Garnish it with my freshly marinated basil. And final touch it with spring of lemons. Now if you know you have to present the same dish in the two different forms, then how we can present? That form is traditional form. Now suppose same dish is there, I have to serve the two different forms. Now I am taking my sauce away, I am putting my things on the same side, again on the same part. Then what I require? I require little bit of tongue because we are using in kitchen. So I will use my fish on here. After that I will remove, and again I am putting my fish on top. After that, bunch of leaves of my lettuce or basil is marinated again on top, and I end up my dish with lemon. Again on the same dish we are putting some crackers, what we did on the same time. So these are some different various ways we can productively showcase our dish. Sometime on the during dish only, the spoon of sauce will be go along with as it is. Sometime on the dish, the spoon of these things will be go along with it only. It's time to strain our celeriac oil. Now how we are going to get extracted celeriac oil? We blended our celery with oil, and now it's time to strain our oil. Whatever green color oil we are getting from the particular part of celeriac, that is exactly known as the celeriac oil. Now these all oil are the flavor of celeriac. Now let you strain aside. Let it keep aside for the use. Now on the particular part of celeriac oil, we are getting an oil, we are putting away on the plate. We are putting away on the plate. This is exactly how this oil is getting useful. This is how the oil is getting useful to plate traditionally on the